Good evening, Facebook friends worldwide. It's a Tuesday morning here in Tuesday night in sunny South Florida. And you know, after being on a cruise, if anybody was following me this past week, you could see that we were having a fantastic time on board as we were going from restaurant to restaurant, making the whole world smile. And you know what? Reality sets in when you come home, because now you got to get in the kitchen and start cooking dinner yourself. So let's get right down to it today. I went to the store. I picked up some beautiful filet mignon. Take a look at those beautiful filet mignon. Nice thick ones. They're green wise. They're the ones that were grass fed, from what I understand, organic and all of that. But the fact of the matter is, let's get things going. First thing we want to do, we want to get our hands cleaned up. We want to make sure we're washed up and ready for action. You know, as I come home, I got to wash all my laundry and do all my clothes. I don't have little elves coming in doing all of that for me the way I used to for the week that I was on board. But anyway, let's get started. First off, we're going to do, we're going to take these two beautiful steaks right here. We're going to stick them here on a plate, and we're going to prepare them. What we're going to do first, we're going to put a little bit of oil on them. We're going to rub it in on both sides. Get them all on the sides there, on the back and the front. We're going to get them loaded down so that they're really nice and oiled up. Then we're going to season these beauties, okay? We're going to put this away for right now. Wash our hands again. Anytime you touch meat, poultry, chicken, fish, whatever it may be, you always want to make sure your hands are washed. Every time you touch meat, you have to make sure you're cleaned up, okay? So that's what rule number one in Chef Eddy's kitchen. All right, let's get going here. We're going to use some, because these are filet mignons, what we're going to do on these particular, we're going to use a fork, and we're going to pop a few holes, just stake it in there. So this way, we're going to get the seasoning to go down into the meat, okay? These are already the finest, the tenderest cuts of meat. But what we're going to do, just add a few holes in there for it to air out as it's cooking clean through. And you can see it's almost like a mushroom here. Nice, smooth, beautiful cuts of meat here. My butcher over here at the store, he says, Eddie, we're going to take care of you. We're going to treat you like family. Well, you know what? There's no question about that. Get these hooked up. Now, you know, when you're ready to cook meat, you put it out of the refrigerator for about half an hour. That's what you want to do. Leave it out for about half an hour, because you don't want it cold, because then the inside of that steak isn't going to cook evenly through, because there's got temperature change. So and that's what I did. I had them sitting out for about 30 minutes prior to us doing Chef Eddy video. Now we're going to add a little bit of seasoning. I'm going to put it on there nice and liberally. Put it on here. And then we're going to rub it in. And we want to put it on the sides of the steak. You want to make sure that the side of the steak has the seasoning on it too, for when it goes in and cooks, it's going to add the seasoning all through the sides. Now, right now, we touch the meat, we got to keep washing our hands. No question about it. Oh, you know, after watching the kitchen on board, 28 kitchens on board that fantastic Allure of the Sea with those, they're wearing surgical masks and gloves. You think you were in a hospital the way they're preparing 75,000 meals a day. It's unbelievable. Now we're going to add a little bit of cracked peppercorn. Just put that on there. Just like that. Now what we're going to do, take a look at those babies. That's how it's supposed to look. Now, I'm not going to go out and fire up the gas grill and go through all of that. It's too much of a mess. And today, I'm not going to hook it up into the broiler today. You know, sitting there and broiling it and doing all of that. What we're going to do, we're going to play real simple. Mr. Sunshine likes everything nice and simple. He don't like any problems. We're going to stick him in the George Foreman grill. So I'm going to take him over here. Since they're already lubed up, we're going to go ahead It's on. The red light is, the green light is on. It says it's ready. We're going to take these two babies. We're going to stick them right here. We're going to put the other one right here. And we're not going to touch it. We're going to let it sear. Let me bring it over here so you can see what's happening. There it is. Take a look at those beauties, huh? And now we'll just close the lid. It's going to cook from top to bottom from top to bottom to the inside, and we'll see. I'll be back shortly to show you exactly how it looks. And as we got the steaks cooking, we're going to add some mushrooms. So let's put a few portobello mushrooms into the pan here. We're going to cook up some mushrooms to go with this steak. And all we do is we oil up the pan, we throw some mushrooms in there, and we're going to let them cook as we're waiting. Well, you know what? Let's just dump them all in there. We're going to wait, and then by the time the steaks are about ready, they're going to be ready to go. And we're going to show you the end product here very shortly. Coming back, let's take a look at what's going on there. Take a look at those beauties in there, huh? Take a look at that. They're already right there at about rare. We're going to let them cook in there some more. In the meantime, we got our mushrooms in here, and we're going to take those mushrooms, and we're going to stir them up just like this until they're all cooked up, and we'll be ready to add those onto our filet mignon. You know, after watching the chefs on board, you know, you get to take some of their ideas and how they cook their meals, you know, and only on a grand scale. Well, Mr. Sunshine, he's doing his best to bring it to you live right here at Chef Eddy in the kitchen. We're going to come back here. I'll show you the end result. Boy, these steaks are looking absolutely phenomenal. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put a pat of butter on the steak, and it's going to filter down through. It's salted butter, so you're going to get that salt that's going to go right down into all that goodness. So what we're going to do, the mushrooms are almost ready. We're almost ready to go. We're going to have liftoff here. As a matter of fact, there's the mushrooms. Take a look at all that goodness down in there, huh? All cooked up, ready to go. They're all sauteed mushrooms, ready for those steaks. I got Holly and Vine down here. They're waiting for their treat. Holly and Vine's going to get a steak tonight, too, because they deserve it. At 16 years old, they deserve filet mignon just like Mr. Sunshine. Okay, so we're going to see what we got going on here. Oh, boy. Take a look at this. We're going to make sure here everything looks good. Holly and Vine, they love their steak. Yeah, we got a little bit more to go. We're going to cook it just a little bit longer. We got some fabulous grill marks on these steaks. Oh my God, they look absolutely phenomenal. I'll show you as soon as we're done. And let's take a look at the end result. We got the mushrooms here, all sauteed, steaming, ready to go. Look at those beautiful babies there. Take a look at what we got here. Huh? Look at that, huh? Beautiful filet mignon spawn. There, look at that. Beautiful grill marks. It's cooked just perfectly. Take a look at that, huh? And all the excessive grease and everything lands down in the bottom of that pan there. And this way, we're getting all pure goodness. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you're all going to enjoy your night tonight. You can see Mr. Sunshine is coming to you live in sunny South Florida. Chef Eddy in the kitchen, and there is your dinner. Take a look at that. How steaming, hot, beautiful filet mignon, mushrooms on the side, and oh, so much goodness of all the oozing of Mr. Sunshine, Chef Eddy. Holly and Vine's going to get their steak. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I want you to remember that God loves you, and Eddy does too.